Welcome back to Rob Liefeld Appreciation Season on Crypto Comics, all you beautiful people in Webtown. Remember when I talked about this crappy comic book a few days ago? I was so disappointed that I didn't get to share this with you on Halloween that I decided that, there's only one thing we can do. There's only one solution to the trouble with Troll. And that is to pull out Troll, issue number 1, the first Troll Pact issue from Extreme Studios, Rob Liefeld, and Jeff Matsuda. This comic book was great. This was so fun to read. Oh, this, it was all right. Massive spoilers for the Max, which really sucked because I'm still collecting the Max. But this is phenomenal. This is everything you want in a one-shot. I mean, everything you could want in a one-shot. This is created and written, believe it or not, by Rob Liefeld. Who would have thought that we would have a comic book written by Rob Liefeld during Rob Liefeld Appreciation Month? But sure enough, we do. Pencils are by Jeff Matsuda, inks by Jonathan Sabal and Marlo Alquiza, with colors by the lovely Gloria Vasquez. This comic was released during the beginning of the Image Revolution in December of 1993. So there I was, back on Amazonia, the legendary Isle of Paradise. I hadn't been in that neck of the woods since I was a teenager, and they booted me and my friends off the isle for pissing in the lake. Word has it that shortly thereafter, the Queen restricted any and all male species from setting foot on Amazonia. What a wench. If it weren't for business, I'd have steered clear of these parts, but a man's gotta pay the bills. It turned out to be one of my easier gigs, though. I hadn't done anything that simple since I took candy from that baby vampire back in Transylvania. If not for the Count, I'd have gotten off scot-free. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. We'll safely put this one in the win column. Come to Papa, baby. Oh, the decadence I'll enjoy on your account. And wouldn't you know it, just when I thought I was in the clear, rumble, 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 this reminds me a lot, obviously, of Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Whoa, holy Raiders of the Lost Ark! Self-high five. Thank you, Rob Liefeld. A Tale of Troll, created by Rob Liefeld. All of a sudden, I found myself running for dear life from a runaway boulder with my name on it. It was like some crazy scene out of some Indiana Jones flick. I'd have been troll meat for sure, if not for my incredible agility and acrobatic finesse. I utilized a couple of moves I picked up from the amazing Zamboni Brothers trapeze act back in my days with old P.T. Barnum and his traveling circus. I could hear the crowd roar with approval as once again I defied the odds. I love this art. I love Jeff Matsuda. With imminent danger behind me, I stopped for what I consider one of life's little pleasures, smoking my stogie. My smokes are the best, imported directly from Cuba. I don't inhale none of that cheap stuff. Of course, after a good smoke, a man needs a good drink. Only there was no liquor in sight. Not that it mattered anyways. I don't drink on the job. Personal stipulation that I adhere strictly to. Never mix business and pleasure, if you know what I mean. So I'm about to take a drink from a nearby pool of water when suddenly my pilot Eddie broke through on the comm line. BJ, you there? I've been spotted by the locals. We got a scat. This is where I lost my precious gem, slipped out of my pouch and into the water. Of course, I let Eddie have it for his lack of good timing. But crying out loud, what the Sam Hill's the matter? I'm telling you, we got a scat, BJ. We're beginning to attract some attention. We got to get out of here. Just sit tight. I'll meet you at the point as soon as I retrieve our little treasure. Over and definitely out. As if I didn't have enough pressure on the job now, I had to make like the man from Atlantis and take the plunge. One of the many advantages of being a little person is that I can fit into very tiny places. I looked for what seemed an eternity for the gem, but to no avail. And just when I thought I was out of breath, I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Except it wasn't exactly the light after all. It was Princess Corinthia of the Amazon Order. Hey, man! Needless to say, she was none too thrilled to find Bartholomew J. Troll staring up her crotch. Guards! In all my years on this rock, In all of my travels, I ain't never heard a lady scream like that before. My ears are still bleeding from that one. What with their elite guard instantly alerted to my presence, it made my choice of actions a simple one. So I made like a herd of sheep and got the flock out of there. Don't let anybody tell you Rob Liefeld's not a good writer, huh? How about that? I felt some strong words of bravado could have helped get them off of my back. You want to mess with me, sweets? I'll give you a spanking you'll never forget. Needless to say, they weren't much impressed. Kill the infidel! Off with his head! Turned out it didn't matter much anyways, seeing as how the earth gave way beneath us. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Rumble terrier. So there we were, free-falling, when suddenly, lo and behold, the earth gives up just the treat I'd been looking for. Well, I'll be darned. Gotcha. Ain't no way I'm losing you twice in one day, sweetheart. I suddenly remembered that I was free-falling without a chute. I'd have bought the farm for sure if not for the timing of my trusty, crusty pilot Eddie. Hang on, BJ! I was safe and secure, with gold in my pocket and a smile on my face. With the perils of Amazon behind us, we flew off into the wild blue yonder. Of course, I'd take a week or so to recover from my adventure before making contact with the jeweler. Troll, where are you? Come out where I can see you. I don't have time for your childish games. Ain't playing games with you, Jewel. A man's gotta protect himself, and that's just what I'm doing. But seeing as how you kept to our agreement and came alone, Troll can come out and play. Bartholomew J. Troll, the one and only, pal. Long time no see, Jewel. You're looking worried as usual. Spare me your sarcastic tongue, Bartholomew. My time is precious. Do you have the stone? If you got the cash, I got your stone. Of course I have the cash, Bartholomew. When have I ever failed to come through for you? There's a first thing for everything, Jay. And when the time comes, I'll be prepared. Here's your jewel, Jay. Enjoy it. Now if you'll excuse me, I got places to go and people to see. Take care, pal. The jeweler's a creepy guy, but he's the best client I got, which is why I continue to put up with him. I'm sure if you asked him, he'd say the same thing about me. Anyway, a week later, after securing my new funds in one of my mini Swiss bank accounts, I found myself back on the road to adventure. This time I was headed for Antarctica. Get ready, BJ. We're almost on top of the mountain. Good luck. Save it, Eddie. Luck's for sissies. Just make sure you get your butt back here in 24 hours, because the Chiefs are playing the Raiders on Monday night, and I got a lot of cash riding on Kansas City. Watching Al Davis swarm is one of life's little pleasures. Catch you later, Red. Geronimo! I tell you, somebody ought to make a movie of my life. I got more stories to tell than Stephen King, and he's been ripping me off for years. I mean, Sinbad only made 7 voyages, and they made a flick for each one of them. I can see it now. DeVito's a shoo-in for the role, and I'm sure old Spielberg or Lucas would jump at the chance to direct. Of course, I'd have to do all the stunt work, but I'm sure Danny Boy wouldn't mind. It'd be a huge blockbuster. It grossed $200 million easy, with points on the back end for old Bartholomew. 4 sequels, at least. Toy deals, video games, Happy Meals. The opportunities are endless. I'll give Arnold a call when I get back into town and get some advice from him and Jake. In the meantime, if I don't concentrate on landing somewhere near that there cave, I'm going to have quite a hike ahead of me. Perfect landing, as always. Ah, the sweet smell of my Cubans. I'd be freezing my ass off without them. What's the Surgeon General know about smoking anyways? Bad for your health? Pshaw. As it stands, I've outlived every Surgeon General to date. Go figure. One quick glimpse at the map and I was on my way. Of course, climbing mountains is something you get used to after a while. This particular climb was nothing compared to Mount Fuji or K2. Yep, just another walk in the park on a sunny afternoon. It was spelunking time, boys and girls. Now let me tell you, I'd seen a lot of traps in my time, But this one was a beaut. Somebody somewhere didn't want anybody getting anywhere near this prize. No problemo, Bob. A good challenge is what Bartholomew J. Troll lives for. Besides, I'm always up for a good game of leapfrog. So there I was, playing hopscotch with my life hanging in the balance. They say your life flashes before your eyes when you face death. Except it happened so fast, I don't even think I got past my puberty. I guess 1,000 years is a bit much to fit into a matter of seconds. I made like Mary Lou Retton and leapt my way to the clear. When lo and behold, I was standing before the most awesome sight my poor eyes had ever seen. Whoa! Jackpot! This was gonna be a tight one. But if I wanted to make that Raider game on Monday night, I had to get a move on it. Just when I got my hands on the prize, it hit me. I should have seen this one coming from a mile away. Slam! But as I mentioned earlier, my being as tiny as I am has its distinct advantages. And in this instance, a nook here or a crevice there was all I needed to save my hide. Sheesh! Talk about bringing the house down. Whew. That was quite a performance, Mr. Troll. You should be very pleased with yourself. I know I am. You're everything they said you were, and then some. What? Excuse me? Who's this dame? My name is Evangeliste. Now that's better. I require the stone in your possession, Mr. Troll. Now that's not so good. You can require till you're blue in the face, sister. This stone's not for sale. I apologize for not making myself clearer, Mr. Troll. I have no intention of purchasing the stone. You are going to give it to me. Like hell I am. I don't know who you are, lady, or how you followed me, but if you think for 1 minute I'm going to give up this stone, you're barking up the wrong tree. If you say so, but honestly, Mr. Troll, you're only making this harder on yourself. Smack! Then she hits me not once, but several times. Before I had even the slightest chance to react, I was out of the game. At long last, the orb is mine. The circle will finally be complete. Not a chance, demon scum. Now here's where everything turns upside down. I am Admiral Kun of the Catellan Imperial Command. We claim the orb in the name of the Catellan High Order. You will relinquish the orb or die. Things couldn't get any weirder. Suddenly, a trio of orange-skinned aliens with big guns and long hair was standing before us, demanding the orb. Huh? You're too late, Admiral. The orb is mine, and rightfully belongs to the Daemonites. If you desire it, you will have to take it from me. But this form is not suitable for conflict. Remember how I said it couldn't get any weirder? I take that back. It got a lot worse. Suddenly, this Evangeliste, babe, started growing, transforming. Her clothes ripped off her body to reveal something else. Something hideous. Something horrible. And all me and the Catellans could do was watch in amazement as it happened. By the ghost of Chrome! Now, I've been around the block a couple of times, and I've traveled the globe more than I care to remember, and I never, ever, never seen something that hideous, that gross. It was enough to make me puke. Dogs of Catella, come embrace me. Embrace death. If I'd had a thought in my head at the time, it would have said, run! But as it was, I just stared in disbelief. I mean, this was one ugly sucker. It handled those Catellans, or whatever they're called, without breaking a sweat. It was about to make mincemeat of the last of them when I decided to throw a wrench into the works. Hey, ugly, you shouldn't leave valuable orbs unguarded. You never know who's gonna snatch them when you're not looking. You gamble with your life, Terran. Release the orb and I will spare you a slow, painful death. Whoa, what a deal. Stay and die quick and easy, or leave and die slow. These aliens could sure use a lesson or two in effective reasoning and negotiation. Stop him, Daemonite. The orb must not fall into Terran hands. I decided I'd go with the slow, painful death and took it on the lam.
We must set aside our differences for now, Damonite. The Terran must be stopped. If the Terrans gain possession of the orb, the balance of galactic power will most surely shift. It would be disastrous. Together we must stop the Cretan.
Needless to say, teamwork wasn't exactly what the Damonite had in mind. Meanwhile, I was huffing and puffing my way to safety, slice, when the Demonite wench tagged me. Your persistence is admirable, troll, but this game has come to an end. Ha! That's what she thought. De Niro would have been proud of me that day. I gave a performance worthy of Oscar himself. The Damonite was gonna gut me right then and there when I utilized the element of surprise. Gotcha! I repelled myself off of her body and shot myself into the wind. She never even knew what hit her. So long, wench! Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to stop her from following me down the slopes. It was the battle of the century, a battle of the titans. Good versus evil, right versus wrong, bad alien from another planet versus good-natured troll boy. Oh, the rush, oh, the thrills. It looked like the end for BJ Troll when, lo and behold, we was covered head to toe in snow. I'm jumping ahead a bit, but I should have known that Eddie, the pilot, wasn't sure just what to make of the sight he beheld on top of the cliff the next morning. What in tarnation? But when he came in for a tighter look, he saw that Bartholomew J. Troll was still among the living. The Damonite wench kept me warm throughout the night, shielding me from the Arctic air. Too bad they don't make Damonite skin coats, 'cause I'd buy a ton of them. Sides, was the outcome of the fight ever in doubt? I was gonna make that Chiefs game after all. I couldn't wait to get back to the States and ream the jeweler over this one. This time you went too far, Jewel. This ain't no precious gem. It's some alien artifact, some freaky orb. It nearly got me killed. I'm charging you double time on this one, Jewel. And the next time you need a patsy, don't be looking my way. I'm on permanent vacation. Oh, he's a Damonite. Look at that, look at that. The way I figure it, the orb was the jeweler's problem now. He could figure out what to do with the darn thing. A few months later, I'd be contacted by an old friend of mine about a new job opportunity. I'd been doing the freelance stuff for way too long, and I was ready for a change in vocation.
Has Mr. Troll arrived yet?
Yes, sir. He's already been seated. He's expecting you.
Thank you.
Evening, Graves. Long time no see.
Yes, it has been a while, hasn't it, Bartholomew? You look well.
You look better. Have a seat, Graves.
I can't stay, so I'll make this quick. As you know, I've been director of special projects for quite some time now. Presidents come and go. My job remains unchanged.
Yeah? Go on.
The Youngblood program is under my direction. The president is insistent on adding his own cosmetic touches to the team and is looking for new recruits. To be frank, BJ, we could use your talents as well as your wealth of experience. The pay is great and the profile is high. Unfortunately, we're down to the wire and I need an answer immediately. Do you accept?
This is a big decision here, Graves. Give me a minute to think about it. Fame and fortune, huh? Does this mean I gotta wear a tie? The beginning. Look for more troll adventures in the pages of Youngblood. Write and tell us if you enjoyed this book and if you'd like to see any additional troll adventures. I did enjoy this book. This book clearly takes place in between Youngblood issue number, volume 1, issue number 5 and number 6. And I absolutely loved it. This was so fun. Nope, apply right there. Oh, 2-page spread. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. Had no clue that that was about to happen. How about that? So there we go. Wow, this was awesome, huh? Was this awesome or what, fellas and ladies? This is exactly what I'm looking for in a comic book. It was light, it was fun, it was a self-contained story. I didn't have to buy 17 separate issues of 17 different series just to understand what the heck was going on. This is what a comic book is supposed to be. prove me wrong in the comments below. This is what a comic book is supposed to be. A fun adventure that makes you laugh, that makes you have a good time, that makes you want to read it again. Now, reading it to you here, this is the second time I've read this. Just, in the last few days. And it was just as entertaining this time around as it was the first time. So I'm going to stick with Troll. I actually have other than the crappy Troll Halloween special, there is actually a Troll 2 book called Once Upon a Troll that I might have to pull out in the future. Maybe we'll get to it here during Rob Liefeld Appreciation Season. Maybe we won't. We'll find out, won't we? As the days keep chugging along, right here on Crypto Comics. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and click that share button. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the ding dong for notifications, and then thump your way over to megawattcomic.com and support your boy Crypto as he releases his very first comic. It's called Megawatt versus the Vampires of the Sun. It's about luchadors stopping a coven of bloodthirsty vampires who are smuggling immigrants into the United States, not just for food, but for a much more nefarious purpose that you can only find out about if you pick up Megawatt versus the Vampires of the Sun today on Kickstarter. Just thumb your way over to megawattcomic.com and remember to come back right here tomorrow for more Rob Liefeld Appreciation Month on Crypto Comics. I'll see you then.